Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is me Vidya, and in my today's video I'm going to tell you guys how you can shoot professional quality videos using your mobile itself. So keep watching.
Hi, I'm Vidya Shashank, a blogger and mommy of two. Welcome to my channel.
I shoot almost all my videos, if it's makeup videos, the reels, the videos for Instagram, even the videos for brand promotions, using only my mobile phone. I don't have any other setup, I don't have any big gadgets, I don't call any professional videographer to shoot my videos. I'm not called till now. But my videos somehow they come out well. The brands do appreciate it, and my followers also appreciate it. So in this video, I'll tell you all the tips on how you can shoot real good professional quality videos, and how you can edit them, and how you can make them look really well. The output will be damn good. The first one is to understand which platform you are shooting the video for. For example, if you are shooting the video for YouTube, you should definitely prefer the ratio of 16 is to 1, which is like the horizontal one. But if you are shooting for the platform like Instagram, you should better go, you can also go for 16 is to 1, and you can even go for 1 is to 1, which is the app size for Instagram's feed. Now, there are also other options like reels, which we have on Instagram now. Like earlier we were having TikToks, now we are having reels on Instagram. We also have shorts on YouTube. So if you are shooting for such things, the aspect ratio have to be 9 is to 16, which means it have to be in the vertical mode, because that will cover the full screen and will give a good overall view of your video to the people who are watching it. So always understand which platform, or which thing you are going to update the video on, and according to that you have to select the aspect ratio of your video. Always maintain the best possible resolution in your mobile. I am leaving the details over here, so you can go to settings of your camera, and when you are shooting you have to maintain the same resolution, so that your videos will come out the best possible way. So when I am shooting, I'll make sure that the front camera and the back camera are adjusted really well when it comes to the setting part, and I don't have any problem, because if you have in a very low resolution, what happens is that your final output will not be very clear, it be very dull. So always make sure the settings are in this mode, and you are getting it in the best possible way out of the mobile that you are having. So if you are making a video, make sure that you have a very clean and organized background, preferably a plain background. Like you can have a plain wall, or you can you have different kinds of cloth materials using which you can make like a background standee, and you can sit in front of that and you can record your videos. Now that's totally up to you, but if you have a very cluttered or very dirty background, it definitely don't look good if the background is very close to you. Suppose I'm sitting over here and I'm making this video. If you can see, my background have a lot of things, because I'm shooting it in my child's room, but the background is a lot at the back, so it actually do not causes a lot of clutter in my video. But if you are sitting very close, suppose if I go and sit over there, and if I am making the video, the whole attention will go towards the background. So if you want to keep a lot of elements in the background, it's fine, but you have to maintain a lot of distance, and you have to sit a lot in front of the background, so that it's quite back. And if in case you are sitting very near to the background, you have to make sure that it's plain. So earlier when I was taking videos, I used to go for plain walls. So there are different walls in the room, you can which will have different shades, or even if you are having a white wall, you can sit in front of the white wall. Or what you can do is you can take a very small corner of your room, where you can create a very nice background. Now DIY backgrounds are very easy to make. You can use newspapers, you can stick over there, that also gives a good effect. You can have different kinds of handmade papers which come in different textures, you can stick over there. You just need a very small space to cover the background if you are sitting very close to it. And you can even use different kinds of cloth materials which are available, like the fabrics that you get, you can put over there. So this way you can create a very good background. Or you can even paint it. Like if you want, you can take a small corner and you can paint, you can give nice texture, that also works. But as I told you, make sure your background is not very cluttered or very dirty, and if you're shooting video, you make sure that it's always appealing and it's very interesting to watch on. Now, when you're shooting a video, you have to make sure that the subject is at the center of the video. For example, if you can see, I'm sitting and talking over here. I'm in the center of the video. I should not be towards this side or this side, but right at the center. So if it's not you sitting and talking, if it's some product that you're going to show, you have to make sure that if it's not covering the entire camera, entire screen, and if you are showing it as a part of the screen which you are shooting, then make sure that it's right at the center, almost at the center, because that's the best way to shoot. So align the camera in such a way that the product that you are shooting, or you yourself, if you are sitting and talking in front of the camera or doing something in front of the camera, you should be in the center of the screen, because it gives more appealing and more clear and professional touch to your videos. Now, this is very important to make sure that you are focusing on the correct part of your video. For example, if I'm sitting over here and my focus is somewhere over there and I'm not clear, it definitely do not look good. So as I told you, if you are using your smartphones, you have an option wherein you can tap on the screen and it automatically adjusts and focuses on that particular point. So before I start my video, I make sure that I go and tap on my face so that I am on the focus and not something else in the background. So same way, if you are taking a video of any products, or if you are taking a video of yourself, just tap on the screen and make sure that you or the subject are the one which are on focus and not anything else in the background. Now let me talk about the lighting which you can give to your videos. Lighting plays a very important role, and these days we have ring lights and other kinds of standy lights and mobile clip-on lights, or so many things in the market which can effectively enhance the quality of your video. But understanding where you need to place the light, how you need to place the light, is also a very important aspect. So let me tell you, I personally do not have any ring light with me, because I have a toddler at home, and I don't know when he'll go and throw it down, or I don't know. I never felt the urge to buy a ring light. I don't know why, but I manage all my videos using only the natural light. So if you can see, if I'm shooting this video also, now the time is around 2 p.m. and I'm getting good amount of light through a window which is right in front of me. So with this, I'm going to tell you few tips when it comes to lighting in your videos. First thing, always make sure that there are no lights in the background. I can show you there are many lights at the background, but everything have been switched off, because no video should be taken when the lighting is from the background, because it will make it very dark and very dull, and the quality of the video will also go down drastically. The second thing is to make sure that when the lights are not there in the background, the light should be behind the camera. So as I told you, I'm shooting this video by placing my mobile near a window, and there's a huge window, and it's not very open, and we have houses outside that, but still the natural light is very powerful enough to make your video look good. So all my photos, all my videos, everything, if you have seen, I shoot from this angle because I get good amount of natural light. So many times I've seen people saying that my camera is not good, my mobile is not good, I'm not getting good photos. But what I feel strongly is that no matter how good camera or the thing that you have, if you are not using the light properly, it will never render you a good video or a pic. So always make sure that the light is behind the camera, which is hitting your face, and not behind you, which makes the video or the photo goes dull. With this, I would also like to tell you one thing, that always try to shoot your videos during the daytime or photos during the daytime, because it enhances the entire quality of your video. And that's why I'm my husband calls me sunlight chaser. So wherever the sunlight is, I go and I try to take my videos and photos there, because that always works the best. And if I'm taking any video at night, no matter how much amount of light I'm having, I don't get this quality. So clicking photos or clicking videos when you have sunlight or natural light is always the best. Always make sure that you have a very steady platform for your camera. Now we have different kinds of equipments and stuffs that are available in the market. We have in Amazon different kinds of tripods, the clip-in tripods, and so many things using which you can place your mobile on a steady platform. Now I used to have a tripod which I used for almost 5-6 months, but then my little toddler went and broke it. So now currently I'm not having any tripod. I need to buy one. I'm still searching for a good one. So if in case you are not having a tripod, you don't have to worry. You can take a mug and you can put the mobile on top of that. Or when I'm talking to you guys, I have the base platform of the window. I've just kept my mobile over there on top of few books to adjust the height, and I'm shooting video that way. So you really don't need a lot of heavy gadgets or stuffs or gimbal or all these things to or tripods to make your video look good. You can just work out on something like this, any jugaad like this, and this is actually working pretty well for me. So you can also do the same way, but make sure instead of holding your mobile and talking like you're taking a selfie, it is always best to keep the mobile on a very steady platform and then take the video which you want to take. When you're recording a video, make sure that you leave little amount of gap in the beginning and at the end. It'll be very easy while editing so that you don't miss on the important points, and it's very easy to trim the front and the back and get the exact portion that you want to edit. So always what I do is when I'm shooting a video, when I click the button on, I wait for 2-3 seconds and then I start speaking. Similarly, once I'm done speaking, I'll again wait for 2-3 seconds and then I'll click the stop button. So always keep a little gap in front and a little gap at the back so that it's very easy to trim the video according to your needs. Talking about the dress that you are supposed to wear when you are on a video, that's totally up to you. You definitely don't have to go for very high end dress or anything like that, but you have to make sure that you stand out and you don't blend to the background that you are sitting in. For example, if the background is black and you are wearing black, it don't look good. If the background is white and you are wearing white, it don't look good. So always make sure you choose something which is contrasting to the background, and you can definitely do a little bit of makeup or whatever you feel like to make you look more appealing when you are talking in front of the camera. So what I do is that I usually select dresses which are a little darker compared to the background, and compared to the talking about the makeup and getting ready stuff, like I don't do anything extra. Whatever I do on a daily basis, I do the same thing. I just enhance a bit of lipstick and eye makeup over there because it just adds to it. And we all know that when we are doing makeup, in reality, like if you do a little bit extra, then only it shows in the video that you are recording. So I make sure that I go on a little darker side when I am doing a makeup that is particularly for a video. Few types of dresses that you can avoid when you are shooting video are the ones with strips. So you have dresses which have strips. What happens is that when you are talking in the video, it causes some kind of distortion and it don't look good. Similarly, dresses which have a lot of embellishments or a lot of shimmers are the one which are not preferred when you are shooting a video, except for the get ready with me video where you want something like that. Use different angles, use a very close up, move the camera like this or move it like this, or very different kinds of angles and shots in order to make the videos look best. So if you are shooting a product video, you can take the video very close to the product and just take it away. You can go through the the brand name or stuffs like that, and that creates a little bit of what do you say, depth and a very nice like stuff to the entire video that you are creating. So vary and play with different angles and speed on which you can shoot and edit your videos. But at the same time, when you are shooting such things, you have to see that you are having a steady hand. In case you don't have any other gadgets, you have to make sure that you're having a very steady hand. Or else what you can do is you can just shoot and you can reduce the speed when you are editing the video, and reducing the speed will reduce the amount of shakes that you would have produced while shooting the video. Try to maintain a very steady hand while shooting it, and just reduce the speed while editing, and it will work wonders. Make sure that you avoid any kind of dull lighting or shadow. Suppose you are placing the product in the product review video and the shadow of the product falls in the frame, it looks really very bad. So adjust the lighting and adjust the product in such a way that the lighting issue is solved, as well as the shadow is not falling on the screen that you are shooting. Giving a very quick tip on shooting professional videos for brands promotions, you have to make sure that you do not have any other brand in the background. For example, if I'm shooting for a brand A and if I'm having brand B's logo over there, even if the brand A don't say anything to you, some brands are very particular and they say that you're not supposed to have any other brand in the video. But if you think professionally, you're not supposed to show the logo of any other brand that you are not promoting in a brand promotion video of another brand. So make sure if you have any logos or any other branded products or stuffs in the frame that you are shooting, just keep it away or maybe replace it with something else which do not have a logo. Or if by mistake it have come in the video that you have taken and now you can't shoot it again, make sure when you are editing it, you place a small box over there and give a caption or put a smiley or do something like that, or maybe crop out that part or do something in such a way that the logo of the other brand is not seen. The next very important aspect that you need to take care is you have to make sure that there are no logos of the editing app that you are using. Now there are different, you know that there are many video editing apps which are available in the Play Store, but there are apps which do not have the watermark problem. So you can even buy the version wherein you don't have the watermarks in the edited ones, or else there are even free editing apps wherein you get videos rendered without the watermark. So towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you an editing app which I use, which do not produce the watermark. I've been using it right from the beginning. It's very easy and user friendly, and nowadays they have different kinds of updates which have made editing look very creative and very easy to do also. So make sure that there are no watermarks of first of all your any editing apps or any maybe Instagram or anything that you are uploading. There are no watermarks present in the videos frame. Make sure that there are no unwanted noises in the background in your video. So if you're having any electronic gadgets running in the house, if you have TV, mixer grinders, or noisy washing machines or mobile phones, so if you have anything like this near your video, just make sure that you are keeping it away because it causes a lot of distraction in your video. So make sure the background noises are the least when you are shooting them. So you can use a small mic which you get on Amazon and other online stuffs, or if not, as I told you, I do not have any gadgets with me. So I just speak loudly and I make sure that the other electronic gadgets and stuffs and noises which can come in the video are just kept away. Or when I'm shooting, since I told you I shoot very near to a window and which is very close to a road, so many times the sound of vehicles and all may come. So if the sound is really loud, I'll make sure I take a pause, and when that's gone, then I shoot it. So make sure you avoid all kind of background noises, unwanted noises, and make sure that when you are speaking, you are loud enough so that it's heard properly. When you are doing a voiceover in your video, make sure that you are holding the phone little away or holding the microphone little away from your mouth to avoid the hissing sound. Now, most of the time when we are speaking on a microphone or a phone which is very close to our mouth, what happens is we get the sound, and that sound looks very unprofessional in the video. So when you are doing any kind of voiceover, make sure you hold the phone little away so that it creates the best amount of sound that you want. You can add a good peaceful low volume music to the background in order to make it look more soothing and more interesting, or you can add your own dialogues or voiceover, or you can just talk like how I am talking now. But make sure you add something to so the video is not very boring towards the end of it. Now I'm going to tell you some of the video editing apps that I use for my mobile. Now I'm going to tell you that one app which I use for editing my mobile videos and doing all these things. This I've been using right from the start. I still use it. I use the unpaid, the free version, and it works the best. The name of the app is InShot, and there's the logo of that. You can easily get it on Play Store, and it's very user friendly. It do not have many options, and I don't know, maybe you like it or not. It do not have a lot of effects and stuffs like that, but it works the best. It have good amount of transitions, a good editing filters and stuffs like that. It's very easy to trim, it's very easy to duplicate, it's very easy to increase and decrease the speed, so it works fine for me. So if you're a beginner, or if you're somebody who's not looking for very hi-fi option, as me, I don't edit, take my videos to laptop, edit over there and bring it. I'm a very lazy person. I look for always a lazy, easy, or alternative, and InShot works the best for me. And you can also try, and you can also understand that InShot is indeed the best. It also works really well when it comes to adding a border or creating collage and stuffs like that in your photo. So just check it out, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. Now once you have created your video and you have edited it, make sure that you save the video in full HD format, so that the video quality again don't go low. And if you are having a very low format, low quality video saved in your mobile, and when you upload it on YouTube or any other things, the quality again goes down and it looks really very bad. So make sure that when you are saving these videos, you are always saving it on full HD option. Always use options like Google Drive in order to send your videos to some other person or brand, because what happens is if you're sending the video, it always decreases the quality because it reduces the size while sending. So always choose an alternative like Google Drive, because the quality of the video will not go down, and the other person who's receiving the video, maybe the brand who wants to repost it on their feed, they will have a better quality video instead of having something which is of very low quality. So these are some of the tips that I use for shooting professional quality videos from my smartphone. As I told, I don't have any gadget with me, and I can make sure, I can tell you that even you can shoot such good videos by using these simple steps. So hope my video was very clear and was very helpful, and next time when you are trying to shoot a video, you will surely implement all these things what I have told, and the output is going to be really well. Until next time, this is Vidya with lots of love. I'm coming up with a lot of more creative videos which will be very helpful for you. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, do it right now. If you have not liked this video, do it right now. It takes a lot of efforts, and it just takes 1 second for you guys to hit that bell icon and subscribe my channel, and just give me love. Bye.